I could just pipe through the middle.
Then why is that different than figure skating?
You actually have to do the figure skating.
You don't.
Yeah,
You
like
can
the
go
half
out
pipe.
on the ice and skate around if you want to.
the
You
half
can
pipe,
score
If I
a
could
zero.
go up like 4% of the half
think
pipe,
it's a
then why
lot-
can't
I
I
think
just
it's a
skate around
lot-
like a fat guy in a leotard and say I figure skated?
I have a mental image here.
But what is the? I want
just
you to
think
answer. What is the difference between what he just said?
I think it's much, even at the highest level, I think it's a lot easier to do a jump on a half pipe than it is to do like a triple axel.
But you think that curling is harder than
Because
this?
it's the sweeping.
What?
It's the precision of letting.
I don't understand this. Have you never been curling?
I know you don't.
It's
understand.
like you saying that like bowling is super hard.
Bowling is.
No,
super
it's not.
It's
It is not hard. What is wrong with you?
Pat Mayo Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience presented by Underdog. The Winter Olympics are happening starting on Friday, February 6th, which means that will be next week sometime. Geoff, you're on the line with me. Big Winter Olympics enthusiast. If you were in the Olympics, Geoff, what sport would you play?
Holy shit. I don't know. Winter Olympics? Any Olympics? You put me on the spot. I don't know. I couldn't I'm not like Tim who thinks he could like participate in 8 events. You said Olympics, right? Not Special Olympics for me?
Even so. Pick your poison.
Listen, Tim, I actually saw behind the scenes of these special Paralympic bobsledders. You couldn't even make that thing able-bodied.
The Paralympics and the Special Olympics are two different things.
I know. I started special. I meant para. You couldn't make that thing able-bodied.
Agreed. I would not be competitive in the Paralympics or any Olympics for that matter. Special Olympics, regular Olympics. I'm not.
But you
good
can
enough.
jump in a bobsled, even though those pros couldn't.
But there are some events that are easier than others.
So what we're doing is trying to rank. We're going to give out. I hope Morency agrees to join me, and that he's
stepping up and in.
If he does step up, and he killed the Summer Olympics last time we did this sort of show.
Mm-hmm.
He's tuned in to who's good at biathlon. We are not. But what we are talking about is more important. The best events to watch.
Yeah.
At the Winter Olympics. And did you also make a list of the sports you could do the most?
A ranking of the best events and the ranking of the events that I felt are hardest to easiest for me to do.
Well, let's start with the best events of the Winter Olympics.
Okay.
You can give us your entire list, and Geoff and I can critique it after you finish it.
Starting with my favorite events and working downwards. First is the skeleton. It is super exciting, crazy fast, luge going face first. It is exhilarating. You are terrified the whole time you're watching because that poor person could break their neck if things go badly. Second is the short track speed skating. That is organized chaos. That is wild stuff. People are pushing each other, they're falling, they're wiping each other out. It's always the main events for that are always on the last Saturday of the Olympics. So like they sort of backload it to have like a big event to finish the games with. That's super exciting. Before the gap, I have luge. For the same basic reasons as skeleton, it's super exciting, just not quite as exciting as skeleton.
Which one did someone die at on Vancouver?
Luge. Then the hockey tournament, because the hockey tournament it's the best hockey you will see in the next 4 years. It's unparalleled. Then I have a soft spot for the long-term cross-country skiing. It's just incredible endurance. It's really hard. And then the bobsleigh. And that's what I have before my gap. I love the sliding sports, as you can tell. I love the sliding sports.
What do you mean gap?
Like a gap before I have other things in the list.
I don't.
That wasn't 10 things?
That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things.
All right, well, give us the rest of the list.
Okay. Moguls,
Mm-hmm.
alpine skiing, the snowboard.
What's the snowboard?
Like the half pipe.
So is it the half pipe
Snow
or
cross
is it snowboard
or
cross?
half pipe?
The half pipe.
Okay, so
I don't
you should probably say half pipe.
The half pipe. Figure skating.
Which figure skating?
No, there's figure skating and there's ice dancing.
So the men's figure skating, men's and women's
figure skating.
But like pairs?
I like the pairs better than the individuals. I just think there's an extra level of difficulty there. The new one, which I'm not impressed by, ski mountaineering.
Okay, what is ski mountaineering?
It's essentially people who are like both cross-country skiing and at some points even running up the mountain with their skis, like to super high peaks, and then skiing down.
Cool.
That's like
that actually sounds awesome.
It's like
pretty cool.
That sounds very watchable.
It's like hella skiing without the
Why are you
the
poo-pooing
helicopter.
this? Like,
And I don't think it's that hard either. And then ice dancing. Then there's a gap. Then it's Nordic combined, which is ski jumping and cross country skiing. Long track speed skating, sort of.
Long track speed skating is the single worst event.
No, curling.
No, curling rules. Like,
and the worst event is the ski jumping to watch because it's all the same.
Okay.
Every jump.
Skeleton and luge are exactly the same.
But what are you talking about?
It's the same fucking run every single time.
It's the same jump. They land the same way.
What do you think that they're doing in skeleton that's any different?
It's not as exhilarating.
No, but sometimes guys
also,
like
the
try to
ski
add
jumping
an
is one of
element
the
to
easiest
jump,
events to do. Where a skeleton might be one of the, if not the hardest. It's not
You're
the hardest.
talking about freestyle aerials being boring?
I don't care for it. So that's it. No, the ski jumping. Off the ski jump.
Yeah, you didn't list
that is kinda
freestyle
boring.
skiing, which is the single best event of the Winter Olympics.
I don't love that stuff.
It is awesome.
I'd rather watch the alpine skiing.
Why?
What makes the Winter Olympics so great is that there are so many events where I wouldn't explain it as adrenaline rush, but I get like a nervous tingle watching, maybe be it the luge or be it the moguls or be it the freestyle aerial. Like I almost get the same like feeling for a split second that I get on like a roller coaster, and I don't get that ever at, like watching Summer Olympics. It'll be on in the background for 2 weeks straight, and my TV's never on anymore unless my kids are watching their shows or I'm watching sports.
See, this is why I like curling as a Winter Olympic sport. It is the primo background type
There's all
stuff.
kinds of good curling on all the time. If you like curling, to me, it's like whatever.
These are the best at curling.
And curling is on. Curling is on like an obnoxious amount. It's like the same way like poker is on. It just rates well. And they make these like made up events to just put curling on TV in this goddamn country.
Do you know what?
So I don't
do you know
hate
what a
it,
curling event
but-
is called, Jeff?
The Scotties?
No,
What are you
like
talking
what the name of a curling tournament is. It's not called a tournament. It's a
A bracket? What are you talking about?
bonspiel.
I
Really?
never would have
A
got
curling tournament is known as a bonspiel.
You said curling is very difficult to do. In fact, it's more difficult than
In
high
the
jump.
hardest for things for me to do ranking, it's very high up there.
It's like one of the only things you could actually do is kind of the crazy part.
But it's like the ski jumping. It's just the same jump.
Okay, but how? Okay, I agree with you.
You can't
I agree
tell
with you.
watching who's ahead of who.
I agree with you that the ski jumping is the same thing over and over, but the luge is the same thing over and
But
over,
that
and skeleton is the same thing over
But
and
that
over.
they've got the time that's constantly updating. You can see
But
where
it's,
they're
the same,
faster.
it's
and
just
when
a really close-up GoPro of someone's face holding
it
on
is
for dear life.
exhilarating.
You can watch it once. These are things you can watch once.
I think it's
There's no
exhilarating.
difference between
It's
the first one and the 10th
I
one that
think
you
it's
watch.
exhilarating.
How can you tell who's doing well at skeleton?
Because they constantly keep putting the
Let's
time
remove the time from the TV
But that's
screen.
the thing that matters is the time.
Then who cares? Just see what the results are if that's all you care about.
No.
There has to be an enjoyment of watching.
Well, I enjoy it.
That's why, I mean, you said the moguls. The moguls are awesome.
The moguls are fun.
You see someone fucking faceplant on the mogul.
Or it must be such murder on one's knees.
Probably your knees.
On anybody's knees. I'm sure mogulists in their 50s get knee replacements.
Maybe not.
That's a lot of pressure and stress that are being put on those joints.
There's nothing better. That would be my number one.
I'm
ranked
shocked
watch.
you don't have short track speed skating first. That is
I have it number
exhilarating.
two.
Yeah, that is like organized craziness.
It is, but I don't want to sit down. That's why, the hockey and curling are two things that's something to kind of keep in the background that you can track over the entire Olympics. And that part I like. Sort of like basketball at the
Summer Olympics.
At the Summer Olympics. They're like, it's happening. It kind of starts before everything. You can see the standings.
The soccer's like that in the Olympics.
Yeah, but no one cares about soccer at the Olympics.
Except Eric.
Except for my old roommate. Women's soccer at the Olympics seems to mean a lot more.
I agree.
Like men's soccer seems to mean nothing. At
But
the
none of the
Olympics.
best players play. It's not like tennis where like
on top of that, like tennis doesn't really seem to mean anything at the Olympics either.
Well, it does when like Nadal and Federer and
Sure.
Djokovic, like the best guys are competing.
But if you asked any of them, would they say that, I got my they would rather win a Grand Slam?
I don't know. I mean, probably so. But
Like, it's no different than golf at the Olympics. Like, yeah, it's cool. You'd rather win the fucking Masters.
Would you rather win the PGA Championship?
I think you'd rather win a major than win an Olympic gold medal. Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's that far behind, but I think in for your career,
That every 4-year rarity, I think, does factor in. But okay,
it does. Where in hockey, I bet you there are guys that would want to win an Olympic gold medal more than a Stanley Cup.
I could see it. I could totally,
Especially
see it.
international players.
Yeah, I could. Canadians too, for that matter.
Yeah, some, but just in general, I think that's more skewed to this is sort of like the achievement. This is the best on best.
Yeah, that's why I love it. It's
In golf, Geoff,
There's some Europeans that might rather win a world championship than a Stanley Cup.
I don't know
The
about
way they go play in that thing, like
Maybe.
when they've been eliminated, the high end ones, like what?
potentially, but with golf, you're never facing the best in the Olympic golf.
well, you are, but they're not all the best.
Exactly. So it's not, you're not beating the best of the best. You're playing Fabrizio Zanotti from fucking Paraguay.
Yeah, or John Rahm,
Sure.
Scotty Scheffler.
Look, there are good players there, but it's the field at the Olympic golf event is worse than a signature event of a PGA event.
Yeah,
Like the quality.
I still
of
think
field.
there's some tweaking they need to do to that. But
I
we're not here
agree.
to talk about golf.
No, but
I brought it up, but I shouldn't have.
But for hockey, it's different.
Yes,
Like,
only get one crack every
hold
4
on.
years.
What that Olympic golf medal is going to be seen once we get through LA in 28 and Australia in 32. Pff, like it's got rocket fuel. That thing's going to the moon in terms of like.
I think so too.
It's
I would agree,
important.
and it will have been around for 5 years now, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Justin Rose's gold medal will be looked back on 20 years from now as if he had won a second major.
Yeah, and that's why Rory says it's like Ryder Cups and the Olympic is really the only thing left for him to win.
He's right.
Justin Rose got lucky. It was in Brazil, and everyone was like, I don't want to go to Brazil.
Yeah, you got the Zico one when the young guys
Yeah.
were in the
But curling's sort of the same way. It's just something you can track as it goes along. You don't really need to pay that much attention to it.
And curling was like hyper successful. Got like
Unless your whole province shuts down because somebody's about to win a gold medal. Yes, that's a reference to you.
Why? What
They
happened?
did do that with Brad Gouju. Yeah, we all got the day off school.
Really?
Yeah, the day he was in the gold medal. Yeah. Yeah. They sent everybody home on buses. Yeah, it was awesome.
Did they do that when Danny Cleary was in the Stanley Cup?
No, but I went to see his parade. There's also a highway named after Brad Gouju.
What?
A friend of ours lived on a street named after him.
Yeah. It's called,
Yeah, a friend of ours lived on a street named after. It was in Gold Medal Drive.
Yeah.
And our friend who used to live in St. John's, their house was on Brad Gouchu Court.
So Brad Gouchu, we ran into in the Halifax Casino poker room one time where he was playing the 1-2 no limit poker game where the max buy-in was $200. You know what Brad Gouchu bought in for? The minimum of $40. Gold medalist Brad Gouchu. I don't know how much curling is paying. Maybe more these days. Who knows?
I don't know.
He's still going. I think. Is he in this one?
I have no.
I don't know who.
I could not tell you who's
I
in.
think he's still good.
I don't know who the Olympians are for that.
I bet
I
you
don't
cool.
know that I could pick him out of a lineup.
Cool
I
bet.
could.
Cool bet will have curling odds. I guarantee you that.
Well, Americans care about
Well,
curling
yes.
in this.
Well, yeah,
tournament.
but curling done like on the NBC broadcast is so much more fun.
Yes, they're enjoying it.
Yeah, like it's a novelty.
No one's taking it seriously.
Yeah,
the way here, like people take it very
yeah,
seriously.
that's no fun. Like I would want to watch the American broadcast
Agreed.
of curling. Wasn't Vernon Davis involved last time?
I'm sure he was.
What were you going to say, Geoff? Sorry.
I just wanted to tell Tim that leaving a restaurant the other day, I walked by Tim Hudak, and it took me forever
My
to
guy.
figure out who that is. Took me forever, and the whole time, like the first day until it clicked, I'm like, which like fired NHL coach was that? Because he got that look, like he just has that look of like a recycled hockey coach.
Did you know Tim Hudak, big fan of the show?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's Young and Lawrence. Let's go.
He had a radio show in Toronto.
Yes.
And he called me up one day to be on it because he was a fan of our show.
Wow, that's amazing.
If anyone needs to know, he's a failed conservative
Yeah,
politician
Yes.
from Ontario.
He was a leader
Tried
of the
to be
opposition.
governor of Ontario.
Thanks.
Do you think the hockey will be the hockey last year, because the games were in Canada and were in the States, they they were politically
It will lack
charged.
some of that tension being in Italy. Yes.
Yeah, well, it started with like a line brawl. You think like the States is gonna like line brawl us to start the hockey
No,
game?
it's not an arena full of Quebecers in Montreal who are out for blood from the start. No, it's a very different atmosphere from being in the Bell Center when they're interested in what's going on vis-a-vis what's going on in an arena that may or may not be finished in the middle of Milan.
It will be finished. They're always finished. I do find that
Not always. The Greeks didn't finish the pool and they had to swim outdoors.
Did they?
In the Athens Olympics, yeah. They had to have outdoor swimming because they didn't
Well,
get it
everyone in
fixed.
Greece retires at 29.
Well,
so
this-
there's no one to work it. It was tough. Just finish it. It's fine.
Opa!
I do find that the hockey feels like it means a lot less when it's not hosted by a country that's actually good at. Because even if it was in Finland or Hell, even if it went back to Lillehammer, I'm sure enough people would be able to get over to Norway.
I do feel like the Nagano Olympics, maybe it's just because it was the first time.
It was the first
The
one.
Nagano
Like,
ones
you know,
had.
man, you're like 12. Everything, like, again, when we're kids, everything is so much
Seems
bigger
big.
than it
Yeah.
actually was.
I do think, though, because it was the very first time that the Nagano ones did have like a special resonance.
But it felt a lot more like it felt more meaningful
In Salt Lake City.
in Salt Lake City and Vancouver.
and in Sochi, for that matter.
I still have my ESO cards from.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wayne Gretzky benched for the shootout so that Ray Bourque could take a shot.
What a legend, Ray Bourque.
Some of us will never forget that.
Never. I was.
You have the greatest hockey player who's ever existed, and you have a shootout, and you don't give him a chance so
Maybe
that Ray Bourque can have a shootout.
Well, maybe Wayne went to the bar in between the third period, overtime, and the shootout. They're like, "Oh Lord, we got to drag him out of here."
That was so miserable.
Yeah, he got all hopped up on sake, and then he yelled at the manager because they didn't carry his whiskey.
The last time the Winter Olympics were in Italy 20 years ago, the Canadian team didn't even make the
Well,
medal
that
round.
was
I got
worst
beat by.
one ever,
I
yeah.
won
In Turin, yeah.
I believe that was in 2006.
It was.
Yeah, because
That
I
was
won
in university.
Yeah, I
That
won a
was.
bunch of money because we were watching the game, and I bet on Switzerland against Canada money line against everyone in the room. They all paid me 20-1.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Sweden and Finland were in the gold medal game that year.
Wonder if Czechia is going to be in the gold medal this year.
I don't.
Meanie said he liked them as sleepers.
I don't know when that country started being called.
2000. Well, it's not. So I looked into.
I've only
this.
ever known it as the Czech Republic.
Well, in 2016, apparently they changed their colloquial name to Czechia. They are still called the Czech Republic.
Okay, fair enough. Some countries do that. Like Switzerland's technical name is like the Helvetian Republic or something.
I almost went to Czech Republic once.
I would like to go there. Like places like Prague would be very cool.
When I was in Vienna, they had it on the sign. It was like a 3.5-hour drive from Vienna, but it was only like a 90-minute drive to Bratislava if I wanted to go to Slovakia.
That's Slovakia. Yeah, still it would be a cool place to check out.
Yeah, I think I'd do that loop again.
A lot of history there. Those cities weren't bombed during the war, so they still have all their architecture.
If Vienna was old looking.
Because Vienna wasn't destroyed during the war. It wasn't Munich.
Well, that brings us to everyone's new favorite segment on the Pat Mayo Experience. It is Judge Cust.
Now entering the courtroom of Judge Cust.
Verdict not based on law, evidence of common sense. Judge Cust. All rulings are final until he changes his mind in 5 minutes. He's got the power. Judge Cust. Case dismissed. Now get out of his sight. Judge Cust.
First case.
This one's also from someone named Dave. Might even be the same Dave. I don't know. From last show. I'm at a nicer restaurant in town with my wife and 3 other couples. We order, eat, everything's great. When the check comes, every couple notices that the prices are higher than what was listed on the menu. I ask the server about it, and he says they recently raised prices. No notice on the menu, no heads up when ordering. The other couples aren't thrilled, but just pay. I push back, saying we should have been told that the menu or the menu should reflect this change. The server says there's nothing he can do about it. So I talk to the manager. It turns into a bit of an argument, but eventually he agrees to charge us the original amount of the prices that were shown on the menu. My wife is fully on my side. The other couples agreed the restaurant was wrong, but that I should have just paid and move on. Now I refuse to go back, which they think is dramatic. Was I wrong? Should I have paid, or was I right to push back?
Okay, so I actually don't think this is too difficult. The last part, I disagree with that. You'll never go back. Well, they actually did give you what you were asking for.
Yeah.
So I don't think you should hold it against the restaurant because they did make you whole. But this is cut and dried. When you as a customer are seated and receive a menu and there are prices on it, that's a de facto contract between you and the restaurant that I will provide you with this item at this price. And so you have an obligation as a restaurateur to make sure that your menus have the correct prices on them, that your servers know and your maitre d's know, your hostesses or hosts know which menus to give the customers, because the price listed is the price they're expected to pay. It's no different than if you go to Shoppers Drug Mart or you go to Walmart, or you go to a box store, and they forgot to take down the sale item that goes Wednesday to Wednesday on Thursday, and you pick it up and you bring it to the cash register. You say, but this is supposed to be $8.99, not $14.99. They will go consult what price is currently hanging on the shelf, and if it says $8.99, you will be given it at $8.99, because that is the price that essentially the business is contracting with you for the item. So did you have to ask for it? No, you could choose not to, and that's okay. I'm not going to criticize your friends for not doing that. But you are 100% in the right to ask for the price that you agreed to pay for the food that you were promised. It's no different than if you ordered something that you didn't want and you were being asked to pay for it even though you didn't order. Like, it seems to me you did absolutely the right thing, but I don't think you should put this restaurant on your ban list because despite the bit of back and forth you had, the manager did indeed make you whole. So
He didn't make him whole. They made him whole. We made him whole by honoring what the menu said.
So they did what they should have done.
And then there's a back and forth about it. Like they didn't want to do that. I think that the problem here lies with the people who just like, no, we'll pay more. What the fuck is that all about? What kind of cowards, David, are you going to dinner with? Kind of pussies aren't going to talk to a fucking waiter about, hey, you charged us too much.
I certainly.
What society do we live in?
I certainly would say something. I actually think most people, I think most people would. It's no different than being at the checkout at the grocery store and being overcharged for something. Like, I think most people would say, hey, I actually think that's supposed to be this much, not that much. And it's an honest.
So many questions about this. Like, is this a really high-end restaurant?
Like
he said it was a very nice restaurant.
Do you agree with my ruling?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree that he should have been paid. I don't think that I think the other couples are nuts.
What's the price
how
discrepancy
long could this
here?
go on for? Like, a lot of couples or people would be complaining, I think.
Well, I think that most people just wouldn't notice.
Well, that's the thing. How much is the up? A lot of people probably wouldn't notice. If I'm at like a nice restaurant, I wouldn't notice. But if my McDonald's order was off by 3 cents, I would notice.
So that's true. Like if it's a place you're unfamiliar with, like I pull a U when I go to restaurants. Like if I'm going to a restaurant, unless there's something that's like absurdly priced and you look at it, it's like it's $2,500. Like what the fuck are we talking about here? I don't really care what the price is. Like I'm either going to order it or I'm not going to order it if I'm going to a certain restaurant. Like I'm not going to be limited. Like, well, I need to get the 3 cheapest things on the menu.
But if you knew that the steak is $85,
sure, but
and your bill comes in and says $115.
If it was a place that I didn't go to, I wouldn't remember. I wouldn't remember I got the $85 steak. So I could see why people wouldn't notice because you're like, I've never been here before. That must be what it is.
But this could easily been a night where it should be like $21.99 for ribs, and the bill says $26.99.
See, he said he went to a nicer restaurant, so I don't think that he's getting $21.99.
No,
for ribs.
so fair enough. But like,
it's just once you get to like where steaks are 100 and if there's a,
I think you might notice if every single item on.
I'm just saying that a lot of people probably wouldn't notice what the actual prices are. You bring up the like supermarket stuff. They could overcharge. They could double the price of everything at the supermarket. I wouldn't notice because I'm not looking at the fucking screen.
See, I'm a screen watcher.
I'm sure they love that.
I know because you've made enough. You have enough reps at the grocery store, and I'm sure you're buying a lot of the same stuff. You would have an idea if it was double.
Yeah, yeah. If my bill came out to $600, I would, what?
Yes.
Like what's going? But
if it was off by $5, I mean, you are in principle
I
absolutely
understand
allowed.
that. I'm saying
I would
that I
notice
probably would
$5, and I would just assume the computer is right.
I could see, I could see if it was like $5 off. You're like, maybe I misread it. Maybe I'm the one who made the mistake and not say anything. But if every single thing on there on the item, and of course the other couples would have noticed it too, because every single one of them would have been charged more. Certainly in a group of 10 people, one person is likely to have a good sense.
I don't know. You take like if I was the manager, I'd just be like, sorry, man. Like I feel bad. You're right. Like let me take off like this dessert.
It's not the server's call. So I understand why the server would say there's not much I can do. But the manager, once he or she realized the circumstances, it should have been no questions asked. You're right. We gave you the menu of the incorrect price, but we will be honoring you. And I might even take something off the bill too. If I were the manager, I'd say, no, for this inconvenience, which we didn't mean to give you, but we have given you, your dessert's on us, or something like that.
Listen, the rich, they don't get that way for no reason. The person that I assume is like the richest person I've ever been around at a dinner table, paid for dinner, and then after the fact is looking at the bill itemized, like who had the Sprite? I was like, holy shit. And then, like I was in the car with my wife. I was like, did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah, it didn't get.
So they don't want to. They don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to. They don't want to lose anything.
When you went to a nice fancy restaurant the other night, if they had overcharged you, do you think you would have noticed? If they had just overcharged you by $20 on the bill, they added like $2 to everything. Do you think you would have remembered what the stuff said on the menu? And by the time the bill came, you'd be like, oh fuck, they overcharged me $20. Or you'd be like, this must be what it is. I feel like that's what would happen to most people.
I think I probably would notice, but I can't swear to that. I might not notice.
I don't think I would notice because unless I was ordering something crazy expensive, I would just assume it was like anywhere from $18 to $33.
Like if I know my steak's 85 and I saw 95, I think I might remember that.
But would you start trying to go back in your head like, did I get the like?
Yes, then I would. But then if I saw another item on there and go, okay, pretty sure that was 13. Now they're saying 17. Like then I would start to put the
sure. But I think that most people would just be like
one item or so.
They'll be like, "Oh, I thought the sides were 11. I guess they're $14."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not asking to see the menu again.
No. But if I noticed that everything was more than I thought it was, I think that would tip me off. At least I think so.
See, this is a good move for
and I would argue that this
just
would
start charging people 15% more on the whole and see if anyone notices.
You know what solves this problem?
I would argue
completely?
This would annoy the staff.
No prices at all.
Maybe the staff would be on the front lines of this issue, so they're like annoyed the most because they got to hear about it. And you get the wrong people, like they'll just take it out on the tip.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right? Like if they feel they've been wronged by $14,
honestly,
that could be like $14 less that's going on what would have been maybe a generous
hard
tip.
to hold that against the customer.
Frontline staff just eat this problem.
Yeah.
This person does not want his name revealed.
Okay.
Dear Honorable Judge Cust, I work for a medium-sized company that generates around $500 million in annual revenue. Unfortunately, a colleague of ours was recently diagnosed with cancer. This person and I interact several times a week, but we are by no means close. One of our team members decided to start a monetary donation drive to support our sick colleague. In our weekly team meeting, we touch on the status of our colleague's donation drive. We are well short of the goal. While I wish our colleague the best in their battle against cancer, I don't want to donate any of my hard-earned money towards their recovery, despite the perceived obligation and pressure to do so. In my opinion, the company should step in if they really want to help him reach his goal. Am I in the right?
You've gotta get your name on that GoFundMe list. It is like a small price to pay for like you gotta swallow something, man.
There is no greater treason. T.S. Eliot says, than to do the right deed for the wrong reason. You should give. It may very well be he can't afford it. He hasn't described whether he can or not. Maybe he doesn't have any real money to set aside. Maybe he's got a wife or she has a husband and they have kids. Who knows, right?
But there's the perceived obligation that you should be giving.
There ought to be
perceived that he works at a good job that pays decently too.
No, I mean I don't get that from this. I think that he's saying that the company makes so much goddamn money, let them fucking pay.
Well,
okay.
like
Sorry, I took that wrong.
I'm not going to weigh into that because that almost sounds like some justification. I don't think you need justification. You don't have to give if you never have to give. You never have to donate. It's your money. You've earned it. In a free society, you can spend or not spend your money that's yours after tax however you see fit. And if you can't or do not want to or for any reason don't want to donate, there should be no obligation on you to do so. And like morally speaking, if you do interact with this person and you do have some money and you would like to help them, I think that would be a great thing to do. And I wonder from the tone of this email that like they do and they just don't want to.
Well, it's also read in my voice.
But I also, it could very well be you can't afford it or that money's being saved for something really big that you're doing for your family later on or yourself. You're going on a trip and you need to say, you have no obligation. You should feel no guilt. I actually don't like that it keeps being brought up in your team meetings about this goal.
I think that's why he brought up the company, that they're doing this through work. Like, leave me alone at work. If you want to make the goal so much, let the company do it.
I think it should be done outside of work. You can have an email chain outside of that. I am not going to judge against this person. I don't know his or her circumstances, but
let's just say they could afford it, but don't want to do it.
They are under no.
They have to weigh the cost-benefit analysis of the office politics, and it can cost them way more. This
is where Geoff knows. Geoff knows this stuff.
It has the potential to cost you way more. Like you could lose a promotion if the person deciding on that promotion thinks you're a dipshit for not donating in this thing. Whether that's fair
you're right,
or
I guess.
not, that you have to know the consequences of potentially sticking your hard line here.
I agree with you.
This is where I used to get in trouble when Geoff and I worked together because I have no sense of this stuff and I do not care about anyone who, it's a job. I go in, I leave.
Well, I mean, it's the people that matter. And like, obviously,
if it was my friend, that would be one thing. But if it was some person in accounting that I saw twice a week, and at that time, I most definitely couldn't afford it.
Grind anyone's gears if they're asking you for money and you haven't even seen like the CEO or the owner or the founders like step up on this thing, and you want from my paycheck.
So I guess I would ask myself, what would I want others to do if I were in that situation? What would I expect or want? And I think you should act in the way that you would want others to act in your circumstance. But you are under no obligation to do. Geoff's right. There are these externalities that can affect the office politics. But in the end, the thing that matters most is what you and your heart want to do or can do. And no one else's business what your finances are. And if you can't afford it or if you don't want to afford it, that is your free choice. And you should not be bullied or guilted away from it.
You should bring this to HR.
Even though I wouldn't make this decision, if I could afford it, I probably would donate some money, because if the shoe were on the other foot, I'd want people who knew me to help me if I were in a tough spot. So I'd want to help someone I could if I could. Yeah, but
this guy's not his friend. He's just some guy at work.
Regardless, doing good things for other human beings is a good maxim of life to live. But I am not judging you. Even if you can't afford, even if you can't afford it, I don't think there is any obligation for you to do so.
Can't you donate anonymously? Like isn't there like an anonymous option on like how much you give?
Oftentimes the best donations are anonymous.
Sure. But that goes against what your point was earlier, Geoff, is that you need to get your name out there. So
no, I don't mean I mean like the amount you're giving can be anonymous while your name is on the list.
Oh, so see, it usually goes the other way where the amount is there, right, but it's from anonymous. It's from Geoff, but the amount is anonymous.
You know, if the only reason you're giving is to be seen giving, I don't like that.
That's one of the main reasons people give to these things. Is to be seen giving.
If I'm this guy, I'm giving to not be seen as like an asshole in the office. And that's like the office politicking that I feel like is this game you have to weigh. And I agree with Pat. The first time like Pat read it, I got the impression this guy himself has like a really good job. But after it was reread, I don't have that.
I also get the sense that he's already given money and now they're asking him for more money. Because they're not at their goal yet.
That also makes me think not everybody has given. He's not the only one that hasn't given, right?
And that's okay. I wouldn't want to just receive some money from people in a bad spot because they felt obligated that they had to help me. I wouldn't want that. Like, I wouldn't want to put that I'm sure they don't want to put that obligation on other people. Like the good book says, the left hand ought not to know what the right hand is doing.
What book's that?
Just follow your conscience and what you think is best. It is your money. Spend it as you see fit.
Last one, again, mayomediainc@gmail.com to send in your queries and judgments for Judge Cust. Last year, I was in Boston for my best friend's bachelor party. As a part of it, we went to a Red Sox Saturday afternoon game. Your treat. Sounds great. We were about 8 people sitting together in a row. About halfway through the game, one of my buddies on the other end buys a bag of hot peanuts from the walking vendor. He told me before the game he had been really looking forward to doing this. Almost immediately after he begins eating, a woman in the row behind demands, all caps, that my friend stop eating his peanuts because, quote, someone in her party has a severe peanut allergy. The friend begrudgingly did close the bag of peanuts and save them until after the game. But we all thought it was ludicrous for this woman to not be aware that peanuts are very common at a baseball game. Was she in the wrong for bringing someone with a severe peanut allergy to a baseball game? Or should my friend have told her to pound sand and go on eating as it's not his problem? You know my answer. What's your answer?
So this is delicate.
Is it?
This is delicate.
This meshes both of your worlds of trying to be nice, but also the social existence of where you are.
Because okay, so this is very tough. Because if that person's allergy is literally very severe and the eating of the peanuts could put that person into anaphylactic shock, how the heck am I going to feel the next day knowing that me eating peanuts, as excited as I was to eat the peanuts, caused this type of a negative consequence on somebody. So here's what I would do. I think that the polite act is what you did. The right act is what you did. You crumpled up the bag and you took them home. Not because you had to, but because it was the just thing to do. Because in the end, the joy you're going to get from eating peanuts is significantly reduced by the risk of putting somebody's life at risk. Now, the person who came to the ballpark with a severe peanut allergy probably should be seated in a place where the risk of peanuts is reduced.
The no peanut section?
Maybe there should be allergy-free sections or something. I don't know. But the only person I can judge is your friend, and I think your friend made a sacrifice for the greater good, and sometimes sacrifices cost, and I think he did the right thing.
Jeffrey?
Why couldn't he just go to like the opposite end? Why couldn't someone in his group just switch with him so he could be at the opposite end of the 8-man group he is in? Listen, peanuts have been taken away from like pretty much all of society in public spaces outside of the ballpark. So shout out to Big Peanut for being able to like hold the line.
I loved my peanuts at the World Series.
They were great.
They were.
Yeah, they enhanced the experience.
The idea of sitting at the World Series
it.
with a beer in one hand and peanuts in the other, I was like, "This is the good life."
Yeah, and I love those Skydome peanuts. They do
great.
it right. And I respect. I think I'm sure the person like comes to the ballpark, they've got their EpiPen and their head is on a swivel. But if it's happening right in front and you're like got that severe allergy, I don't think it's out of place to ask them. It sucks. It sucks that Buddy's from out of town and like this is his one game and he's not a regular. But no, like I think you are fully within your right to like politely ask the person. And also as part of an 8-person group, why he should have just gone for like a 2 innings.
That's
how like I asked Paul.
I would have got up and I would have walked to the mezzanine and eaten my peanuts. And
sure, yeah, you know me, I'm a pacer. I have baseball games long enough. I'd have just done my lap eating the peanuts.
Like I know what Pat's position is, but let me put it this. So
what if I had 3 beer in me?
Let me put you in this.
How strong would my position?
So let me turn this over to you slightly.
I have one question. I have one question for you before you turn it over to me. Why can't they ask me? Why does the friend have to ask me?
I don't know.
Like my friend has a problem. Let them fucking ask me.
You want to know something? Because the
or
friend
they have to get too close to the peanuts.
Like,
then
I'll tell you why, Pat. Because the friend is probably like more the
friend cares more than the actual person. Let the person fucking ask.
The actual person lives a world in which he or she is surrounded by peanuts and is sort of like nonplussed by these sorts of things.
She's got her EpiPen. Like she knows what will need to happen, and she doesn't want to inconvenience the other person. While the friend is like, no, I'll be your hero.
Yeah. But let me push you to an extreme on it a little bit. You're at the ballpark, and that group is in front of you, and you're there with one of your kids.
Mm-hmm.
One of your kids has a severe peanut allergy, like a super severe one. And that person in front of you orders those peanuts, and you know that one of your kid who's with you has this severe peanut allergy.
I am not bringing my severe peanut allergy child to a baseball game.
So you
That's
would not
mental.
You wouldn't take them to a baseball game in their entire life.
I would
because of the risk of the peanut allergy.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's your position. Okay, so you
what do people do at baseball games?
Okay,
eat peanuts.
So even if
I'm also not bringing him to an elephant show either.
So if your son's favorite sport is baseball and he watches it on TV, et cetera,
I can find a spot where, as you said, you can find spots where you're not around it.
I think you can too, but I'm just trying to put it on you. Like if you were in that,
I'm a sensible person.
Okay, she cares more than the friend because like she doesn't live that life. And so she's like being the hero. Like she's being the big person on campus.
Be that person? Can you be that person and like enter a negotiation and be like, listen, this is my friend. This is the situation. She's hyperallergic.
You say no.
She's going to disappear can you eat those things in 2 innings and she can come back? Like, I am more on the side that you are not on, Pat, that there is like a civil discourse that can happen here.
Yes,
much like when you get on an airplane and like you and your kid it's just weird with the seats and someone's just a little tic-tac-toe to make things work out. I don't think that's that crazy.
I don't think that the kids on the plane is crazy. And I agree with your suggestion of moving to the other end. That's a very fair compromise. But if it's now I'm not eating the peanuts I just paid for, while they're still hot at the same time, now, give your head a shake.
Question.
Yes.
Do you think that these seats in between games are sanitized each individually?
No.
If the allergy is that severe, that's a fucking risk to take.
It's true, because
Right?
we were just ripping those peanuts and
Yeah,
spitting
no,
them on the
just
floor.
Throwing them everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
The ballpark is
It was actually kind of liberating.
We used to have Maxwell's Plums. Maxwell Plum in town used to have that. Like when I was in college, you would walk in, it had like 300 beer on tap, and they just had free peanuts for the bar.
like
And you would
Five
eat the peanuts and you'd throw them on the ground. So you just walk on peanut shells when you walked in. Awesome. I don't think they can do that anymore.
No, I don't think so either.
But if it was such a problem, like you said, you could have your safe space for peanuts, or just buy seats that are away from everyone else.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. It's a tough one. And I'm not even particularly happy with my ruling, but I just think in the end, the risk of that person being sick is just higher to me than the enjoyment of my peanuts.
I love baseball. It is the greatest. I'll even call it a game, not even a sport. It is one of the greatest inventions of mankind. I would want everyone to be able to enjoy the ballpark. I'll go on a lap, or I'll disappear for a couple innings, smash your peanuts. I don't know. I'll ask politely first, though.
But you've now put that on you, though, to go away. What they're basically, from what I gathered from it, is that they want you to go away.
Yeah.
That could have been. Yeah, like I said, but is it weirder to be like, listen, my friend's going to go for like a walk for 20 minutes? Like, this is the situation. Can you like try to finish them?
Sure.
Is that weirder? Like, I don't know what the right answer
listen,
is.
If we were on an airplane and someone had a peanut allergy and someone opened peanuts, that's an entirely different story. But a baseball game specifically is a really weird spot to be like, can't eat peanuts around me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I agree. That would suck to, yeah.
So to take it the next level, if you were a recovering alcoholic and somebody had a beer in front of you,
Jared,
and was like, "Hey, can you you can
leave.
Not drink that?"
No, I would tell you to fuck
does it
off.
end?
You have
there's
no
grace for
expectation.
that.
You have no expectation for that. And I don't think the recovering alcoholic person would feel any moral obligation to tell you to not have a beer around.
No, but it's the hero in this case. It's the hero.
Oh,
of
you mean the other
right?
person
No, the
saying
hero
exactly?
friend.
Yeah.
Peanuts is one thing. Like the drink is a whole. No,
Agreed.
that's a line.
I agreed with Geoff.
Especially if you're at a bar.
Or a baseball game.
Or a baseball game. Yeah. If you're at like a kid's birthday party,
That's
sure,
different. You're right. Context is king here. You're right.
They don't serve whiskey at 10 a.m. at your kid's birthday parties that
No,
you go to?
they didn't.
Underdog's expanding the game. You already know their player picks. Pick higher or lower on player stats. Today, Underdog prediction markets are live in 25 states. Back your squad with spreads, handicap for closer game, or totals, higher or lower combined score, combined with player picks for bigger payouts. New customers play $5 on fantasy, get $75 in fantasy bonus entries. Code Mayo. Team picks, player picks, all on Underdog. Eat better. Train smarter. Maybe stop pretending frozen mystery meat is good enough. And honestly, starting strong is the easiest way when the food doesn't suck to get yourself ready to start the new year. That's where Omaha Steaks comes in. Premium, perfectly portioned protein shipped straight to my door. No guessing, no waste, just legit quality that actually fuels what you're trying to do. I loaded up on their USDA certified tender steaks and gourmet burgers, threw a couple fillets on the grill, which is out my back door, and there's not that much snow, so I can access it pretty easily. Salt, pepper, done, instantly tender. Way more flavor, better texture, zero stress compared to anything I've really cooked before. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code MAYO at checkout. That's OMAHA steaks.com, promo code MAYO. Terms apply. See site for details. Back, Winter Olympics. Sports you can do? Is this the list?
Hardest for me to do, the easiest for me to do.
Well, it sounds like this first one that involves skiing and walking would be the hardest one for you.
Very low on the list. I think that's not that hard.
It's
called ski mountaineering.
Do you remember that we got sent a clip last year of you trying to ski?
I skied.
Do we have to play the clip again?
Go ahead and play it. I skied. See, the hardest thing I still think is figure skating. At the highest level, figure skating in the Olympics is the hardest thing because of not just the ridiculous precision,
it's just
but the
skating.
Body control. No, it's not.
It's just skating.
It's the jumping. Ice dancing is more like just skating.
Just skating.
The figure skating, to do those twists and turns and land and balance, you have to be an otherworldly athlete to be able to do that. I think curling is the second hardest.
Oh my God.
I'm being consistent. Because I think to sweep those stones at the precision that it takes is otherworldly.
What the fuck are you talking? Have you seen curlers?
Yes.
They're big fucking fat slobs.
Extremely difficult.
They all look like Geoff.
No, they don't.
They
actually don't. They're very athletic. Third is biathlon. Now, the reason biathlon is so hard is because not just cross-country skiing mixed with shooting. To be an effective shooter in biathlon, you've got to be able to get that heart rate down to such a ridiculous amount so that your hands are super steady to shoot with precision at those targets.
And you think that's easier than curling?
The amount of physical control you need to have over your body to be able to be an elite cross-country skier and being able to have control over your circulatory system and your nervous system to shoot so effectively. Biathletes are just bananas difficult.
Well, because this is your list, shouldn't that be at number one because no one would let you shoot a gun?
No.
Because that'd be very dangerous.
The next is moguls. I think the moguls just do such damage on your knees and your arms and your legs. I just think moguls is crazy hard. And then skeleton. Not that it's the most difficult thing to do, but it's the most difficult thing to survive.
Easier than curling, as we found out.
Well, because again, you are just sliding. But
let me ask you how
the
you do
downsides
How would you do in the half pipe?
Well, again, in the half pipe, I could just pipe through the middle.
Then why is that different than figure skating?
You actually have to do the figure skating.
You don't.
And
you can go out on the ice and skate around if you want to. You can score a zero.
Go up like 4% of the half.
I think it's a lot.
Why can't I just skate around like a fat guy in a leotard and say I figure skated?
I have a mental image here.
But what is the? I want you to answer. What is the difference between what he just said?
I think it's much even at the highest level. I think it's a lot easier to do a jump on a half pipe than it is to do like a triple axel.
But you think that curling is harder than
because
this?
It's the sweeping.
What?
It's the precision of letting.
I don't understand this. Have you never been curling?
I know you don't.
It's
understand.
like you saying that like bowling is super hard.
Bowling is.
No,
super
it's
hard.
fucking not. It is not fucking hard. What is wrong with you?
You can continue to yell, but it
I
doesn't
am
make your
going to
point
continue to
any more
yell until
correct.
you concede this point. Please tell us you're trolling because it's starting to piss me off. Or you have a fucking brain injury. Was it from curling, slipping on the ice? That's why you think it's hard?
Awesome.
Smacked your fucking head on the ground and now you're fucking disabled? Because this is the kind of take that people would have for this.
Fans are not going to like this yelling.
Oh no, they're going to fucking hate it.
They're not going to like this yelling. They don't like it when you're mean to me.
Everyone should be mean to you with takes like this.
Well, I'm being consistent.
It's not consistent. It's consistently fucking stupid.
Okay.
Is what it is.
Well, you disagree. That's fine.
Let's go curling. Can we set up? Jared, can you set up curling? I'm in. We'll do it.
I would be
you know what
awful
we'll
at
do?
it.
We'll do half pipe and we'll do curling. Let's fucking see how you do.
At the highest level?
No, you said for you. This list is for you. And you have curling at second as most difficult of any of these goddamn sports to do.
I do. So then there's a gap. And then there's hockey. To play at that level, next to impossible. Luge, again, easier than skeleton, but still the risk factor is massive. Nordic combined, not because I think the cross-country skiing is difficult or that the ski jumping is necessarily difficult, but to do them together, that takes some real skill. Then the short track speed the long track speed skating, I think that's really hard because those skates are actually really loose on your ankle. I think I would snap my ankle trying to long track speed skate in those skates. They're very floppy. I would break an ankle trying
as long
to do
as
that.
I race the race, I don't have to win the race.
But just to be able to do the lap.
So what injury are you looking for here in curling?
Are you kidding me?
You just said you might break your ankle skating.
If I had all my weight forward trying to sweep that stone and I missed, I will face plant.
You're not running on the fucking pebble ice, pal.
I will face plant into one of those stones.
Like,
I will.
Like, is walking the hardest thing that you can do in the Summer Olympics because you're so fucking uncoordinated?
All right, now you're just being mean.
Like, this is so ludicrous. Speed skating. I might break my ankle because I can't skate well, but curling's even harder than that.
I think you're disrespecting curling. To be honest
I'm not. It's like you've never curled.
I curled once.
Did you? And again,
and did very poorly.
Well, that's not shocking.
Very, very poorly.
You do poorly at all these things.
No, the short track speed skating, I actually think just about anybody can do. It's just skating in a short, like to be elite. Yeah, of course, you need to be a very athletic.
So
person.
why are some of these things you're listing as you need to be elite at it, and the other ones are, well, I can stand on skates, that's fine.
I'm just imagining doing the sport in a respectable
why can't
way.
I like play hockey and be carried by my team and like stay back and like skate and not touch the puck? Like I don't know what you're talking about.
That sounds like the easiest. You don't even have to move. You can be a pylon out
I
there.
think the easiest is the ski jumping. I really do. Because there, it's like, again, to be good at
You
it.
would go
But like
down.
it's just gravity taking effect.
Isn't it the most dangerous one you can do?
Oh, a skeleton has got to be significant.
Can you touch your toes?
Sure.
No, like standing like properly. Can you touch your toes?
I don't know. I've never really
Do you
tried.
know like the posture those guys are in when they're
Yeah, but there's a bar behind them to keep them in that position. Like, do they
the
get set
posture?
up on
What
a
do you
bar?
mean? There's not a bar when they're going up the fucking ramp
No, but
and
you're
hit the air.
You're right, but it's just like the skis are already in pre-made tracks, and you're just sliding down. You are, in fact, yeah. Anyway, I don't think ski mountaineering is that hard either.
Describe this again.
Well, if you watch it, it's like people are like both cross-country skiing up hills, or also just because sometimes they
So they're cross-country skiing up hills.
or sometimes it's just too steep,
Hold
so they have
on
to
a
take the
second.
skis off
How
and
long
walk
do
up the
you
hill
say people should take a break for shoveling?
For shoveling snow.
every few minutes.
What's a few? 5, 10, 12,
Depends
15?
on how.
Do
depends
you
on the
spend
nature of
more
the snow.
time taking breaks or shoveling?
It's about even.
Ski mountaineering is going to be easy for you, is it?
Well, it's just you'll go up a hill.
Well, here's the thing. Can you go up the hill? No.
I can go up the
No.
hill.
You cross country your way up a hill?
Not only cross country, sometimes it's too steep and you have to take the skis off and walk
So
up
how
the
many
hill.
breaks are you taking during this?
Several.
How many breaks are you taking during curling?
Several. At the end of every end.
No, I
you're
can't
taking a
believe
break.
this is like a real deal thing. I'm watching
Oh yeah, it's in the Olympics. It's in
Geoff,
the Olympics
do you
now.
think it's easier or harder than curling?
I cannot. Do you know how steep you have to go up?
Yes. That's why they can't ski up. They have to take their skis off and walk up the hill with their boots.
I can't believe you said you have so much respect for long distance cross country skiers, but then have apparently
No respect for these guys.
but
Well,
very
this is sort of a
easy.
gimmicky thing.
No, this is serious.
Well, I mean, I guess it's serious. It's in the Olympics.
So it's breakdancing.
True.
No, this is hard. This takes like such skill. You diminishing this thing is
Not diminishing it, but it's not like the pure alpine
When you
skiing.
say
Oh my
you
God.
can do it, you're diminishing it.
You think this is easier than curling?
Yeah, I do. You're walking up a hill and then you're going down a hill. If you don't choose that, like, let's say I don't want to do a mountain. I want to do something like shorter than a mountain.
So if you don't want to do the actual thing that it is, then it would be easier? Fucking shocking.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't. So you're not now doing the thing that you're doing.
I don't think I could do it at a reduced level.
So like something for kids?
Like a bunny hill.
Yeah, that's not what they do.
Well, no, at the highest level, they're climbing up like the Matterhorn and doing it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
It doesn't seem like you do.
But like, it's not downhill skiing. It's not cross-country skiing. It's
It's like you saying spelling bees are easy because you get to spell words for grade primary people.
very good speller. What are you talking about?
But that's the
bang on.
equivalency that you're making.
I'm just saying.
I'm great at spelling. I spelled dog.
It's this brand new thing that got created, and I'm not particularly sold on it as an Olympic sport.
Do you think it would be in the Olympics if they did it on a bunny hill?
I'd watch it more. I'd be more interested. It would be like a sprint up the hill. Like, how fast can you run up the hill with your skis, and how fast can you come down? I'd watch that.
Dude.
So it would be like the 100-meter dash, but in the snow.
Sort of.
I'm
Like-
looking forward to this event now, like having watched a 2-minute video of it.
Well, I guess the video did its job then.
Yeah, no, this is like a real Winter Olympic thing.
Yeah, big air is good too.
Big air.
Like the jumping, like the huge ramps for skis.
It's like the ramp, but like aerials, but skiing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing aerial, like you're doing flips in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be extremely difficult.
And you don't like the races with the snowboarders and the skiers, like the
Too much X Games stuff. I don't
What
know.
is it you have against the X Games?
It's just like
The X Games are awesome.
the X Games are the X Games, and the Olympics are the Olympics, and I don't necessarily
But
think there
doesn't
needs
it
to be a
benefit the
crossover.
Olympics to like take some of that rub and do some of that stuff that's actually like takes hyper talent and lifetime?
Well, there's lots
training?
of things in this world that take a hyper amount of talent. It doesn't mean they should be Olympic sports.
Well, if they're athletic, maybe they should be. They're putting fucking flag football in the Olympics.
I think that's dumb.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not a fan of that.
They're trying to get football in somehow.
I'm not so
Here's
sure.
a way to do it.
The Olympics doesn't need anything. They're the Olympics. Other people need it. It doesn't need things. In my opinion. It's the biggest
you love
draw.
the Olympics.
Well,
That's
yes,
why.
I do love the Olympics.
They can't even stage them in some countries because no one can fucking afford it.
Well, that is becoming a difficult, but that's got nothing to do with the sports. That's got to do with security, mostly. And the venues. But like, anyway, of course I love the Olympics. The Olympics are the purest form of sport we have, which is why it's always so frustrating when like there's doping scandals or judging scandals.
Which is every Olympics.
and it's like Coca-Cola.
What about it?
They're just a huge title sponsor, and
They
we
and
love them.
McDonald's.
And maybe you'll get some good cups or Happy Meal toys out of this. It's always
I really loved the gold Coca-Cola cans they had out during the Vancouver Olympics.
Do you remember when we were betting on the commercials at the Vancouver Olympics?
Yes, I did.
During Football Sunday, Geoff, they would be running, like CTV was running the Olympics, and they would show like an athlete. And you get to see the athlete for like 4 seconds, and you would have to bet on what sport that they were advertising them for. They would just be like a headshot of someone. Then they would bring up their action shots, and we get to bet on what sport this person was actually in. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know. The X Games stuff is whatever. They do it early in the games too, because like it's like a palate cleanser till you get to like the events that people care about.
Well, what
well,
are
listen. It's the
The
best
men's
in the
downhill
business.
is like the 100-meter dash.
See,
I know, but like for the Europeans, like
I get that. Just I have no interest in like even ski jumping. Like I don't care about ski jumping. I don't care about downhill skiing. The only skiing I care about are like the flippy stuff.
It's because Canadians
No,
are
that
bad at
alpine,
skiing.
that like downhill alpine, like giant slalom. If conditions that's good.
I don't disagree that it's very, very difficult. It's just not for me.
We're not good at skiing.
No, but I think it's very entertaining. I could watch
We're
them
never
go
good
do
at
those
them.
alpine
We
runs.
never went skiing.
I don't. I mean, I like a ton of stuff that
But if
Canadians
we were,
aren't good at.
If we were good at it, I think you would have watched more of it, and we'd like it more.
I mean,
as
I've
a
seen it.
sport.
It's not like you don't watch it every time that it comes
I don't
on.
know. It seems like when Canadians are in some of these events, they develop more of an intrigue for
Why-
No, I don't know. As
why
in
do I like the
Vancouver team
aerial
won
so
lots of
much?
medals. I don't care for kayaking.
Ugh, neither do I. Open water kayaking, of course, that's very impressive.
I
I'm
didn't
thinking
mean to
about, like,
open
that
another
whitewater-
door.
that
No, but
whitewater
like
rafting
to Jeff's point, the only people from where we're from that do anything in the Olympics are basically kayakers.
canoe and kayaking. Yeah,
Which
no, like
no one
on the
cares
open
about.
water. Some people care about it. That's actually kind of exciting to watch. It is.
And
It's
I don't
fun.
know, maybe it's just the Canadian in me, but Winter Olympics is like so much better.
100%. They don't have all the fucking dud sports of the Summer Olympics.
Well, what the great thing?
Oh, here's 8 ways you can swim. Great.
well,
Just
the
fucking
great
swim.
thing about the Summer Olympics is just the volume.
Yeah,
there's
it's too
so
much.
many
No,
things.
It's too much.
There's no
Too much shit
there's
going
no,
on.
There's very little filler. There's very little fluff.
It's
because
all
because you
filler
have
at the
another
Summer
event to go
Olympics.
to. You have
But it's
another event.
all filler stuff.
all
None of
filler.
it's good.
and it's the whole world gathered rather than
And
a
I would
part of
say
the
in
world
Canada,
gathered.
we truly are blessed because our networks, and like obviously it's like hyper NBC exclusive, but all of our like networks like join forces and create like an Olympic consortium, and there's just events on like all over the TV. So I love it.
And we don't run it on tape delay like NBC does. And I don't know if
Well, we do a lot of
it
stuff.
again.
We got like
There is
there'll be a
tape delay.
tape delay thing for sure.
You can watch it live if you want to, but there is cut for tape delay primetime as
Yeah,
well.
because
Yeah.
I don't know how many hours ahead of us Milan is.
7, I would guess.
6, 7, 8 hours. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see, what will it be for me? West Coast gets screwed for this, all the European ones.
Yes.
Let's see, it is, what time is it in Milan? I'd like to go to Milan.
I'm sure it'd be nice.
And they're going to the Olympics right after the Super Bowl. NBC. They're not like airing like a new show or
No,
something.
they wanted it this way.
5 to us, 6 to Eastern Standard Time.
That the Olympics are actually a lead into the Super Bowl, I think, Jeff.
Yeah, because they start on the Friday.
Yeah, the Olympics, like, instead of having, I don't know what they're doing for their pregame Super Bowl coverage, but the Olympics, I would assume, would take precedence over just about all of it.
Do they have? It's the 9th, right? The Super Bowl.
Super Bowl is on the 8th.
The 8th. I wonder what the big event on the 8th would be.
I don't know. But I
Like
presume most of the pre-Super Bowl coverage. This is bad. I mean, not to once again go to golf because I know people hate that. But
We'll be watching the Phoenix Open.
This is
Yeah.
bad news for the Phoenix Open.
Whatever.
Like,
No,
people who watch golf
who
watch
want to
golf.
watch the Phoenix golf are watching golf.
No,
Yeah.
but it benefits from people getting together before the Super Bowl to watch an event before the Super Bowl. The Olympics draws so many of those eyeballs.
I'm confident that the Phoenix Open numbers will be like right in line with historicals.
You could be right, but I don't.
The only thing happening that day, women's alpine downhill in the morning. Then it's biathlon, cross country skiing, and a bunch of mixed doubles curling.
Okay.
Then you got there is figure skating later that day.
Which is like the thing they hype
Do
the most.
yeah. And this is team event, team event, team event.
Okay.
And there's 2 women hockey games.
Okay.
The luge, ski jumping, snowboarding. There's nothing huge here.
No.
The men's 5,000
Cross country.
5,000 meter
Long.
speed skating, which it might be the most boring event.
It is so boring.
It's just two Dutch dudes who are 6'5", being
6'8"
like this.
with their hand. No, they have their hands behind their
Oh,
backs.
that's right, with the big long strides.
It's like, I'm sorry, man. I mean, I like boring sports. It's known. I like boring sports. I just can't get into the long track.
When the short track is so much fun, it's
It's
like
so much
ice NASCAR.
Yeah, it is. It's so much
yeah,
more fun.
Yeah,
Just
a great.
it's
one.
like, oh, here comes Apollo Ono, and he's dead.
You don't have to even be a big sports fan. You're at a party. You flip that on. People are crowding around to watch the short track speed skating.
Well, in the Summer Olympics, I guess that's why people like the swimming so much. I mean, I can get behind like one of the swimmings because it takes 30 seconds, like the 100-meter dash. Why is the 100-meter dash so fun? Well, it's 10 seconds of your life. Short track speed skating has the best of that of the Winter Olympics. Just kind of happens and it's over.
Yeah, it's just chaos and then it's done. I agree.
All right, that was fun. Got to get pumped about the Olympics now.
I love it. I can't wait.
And we're going curling next week.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to go to maybe that can be what I spend our budget on this year. We'll go to a Black Diamond ski hill and you can ski down it.
I'm not a good skier.
I don't care. You said it's easier than curling, so we're going to watch you do it, and then we're going to go curling to see how you do in that.
I do think it is, but I want to go.
We're just going to test out all of these sports at the level
I
that
don't
you can
want
play
to.
them at.
I wish there were like indoor skiing places.
Why?
Just we do not have to deal with the cold or the
I don't think it's the cold. I think it's the lack of being good at skiing.
and like
that's the problem.
you could control the exact contours of the hill and anyway.
Oh my god.
Aren't they like simulators, or do
No,
they actually have
they're-
like indoor ski hills?
Yeah, make like fake snow. Yeah. Pretty
Sure,
sure
but
I
like
think
how
they're
big they can be.
balls
Like
and
you
stuff.
can like ride
You're
like
fine.
a riptide in a freaking
Yeah.
indoors. You know.
That'd be a hell of a budget though.
Yeah, are they big ones? Big Snow, American Dream in New Jersey, is America's only year-round indoor ski resort.
Tim, my daughter gets on a bus every Saturday morning. Goes on like an hour and a half bus ride, and then goes to like a ski place.
Do you like it?
That's cool.
Yeah, she really likes it. Except like the first day, the first time she did it, the bus broke down and they were stranded, and that wasn't fun for them. But
Did they learn how to change a tire?
no, they didn't. But I used to ski a lot as a kid, but now I'm like afraid with my leg. I'm kind of like afraid to start again, but I want to. But I'm a little paranoid.
Never been into skiing.
No, me neither.
It's never been a thing I enjoyed.
It's not my thing either. Some people love it, and I get it, and like all the power to them. That's a part of their.
I found there was a direct correlation between people who like to ski and like to sail. They were all rich too.
So there's a big golf.
I'm not really into skiing, but
crossover.
like ski culture, like hanging out in a ski town in like some nice clothes, eating.
You're all about
you know,
the
just
après.
drinking a-
You're all about après ski.
I see what you're saying about the golf skiing crossover.
Like I know of places where people have like golf memberships and they have ski memberships.
I don't find that around here. And most people that I know were like former hockey, then they played golf. Like golf was their summer sport, hockey was their winter sport,
Okay.
not skiing. I think there are families, but I think that's more like super country club type places.
I think so.
Yeah, it's hard to pull off.
I can think of a place not too far away where there's like a golf course really close and a ski hill really close. And I know that people have memberships at both.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Yeah, I was gonna say it
Avalon
can't be
and
like the
Hardtop?
same place.
Yeah, but those are two like low rent
But
places.
nevertheless, you like.
But I could see how like a resort not a resort, but like a company sort of owns both, and you can buy membership to both.
Sure, I can see where those two things would cross over.
Yeah.
Especially as like family type, like, oh, we go to the country club where it's golf, swimming, tennis, whatever, and there's stuff for the kids to do. And then we also go skiing in the wintertime.
Yeah.
I just have no interest in skiing.
No, it's not my thing.
Like here, like Collingwood, like an hour away is kind of like that. A lot of golf courses, and there's a lot of like skiing and chalets up there too. So yeah, it makes sense.
And like, the obsession with like the really high end golf gear, the really high end ski gear. I think there's a crossover with that too.
I've always wondered about the high end golf gear with stuff. Like I get like certain clubs that you would want to get, but I have no interest in like. There's a couple of people even at like our club that you see who are absolutely fucking terrible, but they have the most expensive stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, well, what is the point of this?
I think skiing is much the same way.
That would make sense. Like I would want to be better rather than having the
That's
better
like
stuff.
a hockey thing too, though. Like there's a
I'm
kid
sure
on
it is.
hockey
Oh, yeah, I'm
team
sure it
growing
is.
up that had like the best equipment.
Got to have the
best
composite
stick,
stick. Yeah.
sucked, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not making them any better.
No.
All right. Maybe we'll have bets. Maybe we don't. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. Tell me your favorite sport in the comments section. And I'm Pat Mayo. I'll see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!